Success as a Liverpool player hasn't been easy for Graham Souness, the Liverpool manager. Today, his team faces Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, the side setting the standards for the rest to follow. Games against Liverpool are used as a yardstick for potential success. Last season, Mark Hughes and Brian McClare helped United to a 2-1 win on their way to a First League title in 26 years. The bad weather all over the country has again affected this week's Premier League matches. We'll have all the action from the games which did take place later in the programme. There's a cracking atmosphere inside Anfield. The ground is bursting at the seams as the intense rivalry is renewed between Liverpool and Manchester United. This game is special. Not even the Merseyside or Manchester derbies can match up to the passion generated when two of the world's most famous clubs are in conflict. For the moment, of course, it's Manchester United who have the edge. Champions last season are now boasting a 12-point lead at the top of the Premier League. Liverpool aren't used to being second best to United, but their only success in recent years was an FA Cup triumph in 1992 over second division Sunderland. Liverpool finished 6th last season and are currently 21 points behind United. Just to beat the champions would mean so much to those whose allegiance lies with the red half of Merseyside. The commentator for an enthralling match is Martin Tyler.
Graham Souness has had access to John Barnes for less than half the matches in his 2.5 years in charge at Anfield, but Barnes is back in the frame tonight. The left-back position has been a real problem this season, but Julian Dix is ready again. Mark Wright has hardly had the ideal preparation for such a big game. He's been spending a lot of time at a Nottingham hospital where his daughter is receiving treatment. He's had very little sleep indeed. The major midfield influence of Paul Ince is available to Alex Ferguson again. Ince, one of 3 United players who pulled out of last Saturday's confrontation with Leeds at the last minute, but the other 2, Lee Sharp and Mark Hughes, are still missing. Eric Cantona plays his 50th game for Manchester United tonight as they look for their 50th goal in the Premier League. Well, everyone wants to be here tonight. Walter Smith, the manager of Rangers, formerly the assistant to Graham Souness up at Ibrox, of course, taking his seat. Undoubtedly, Liverpool's biggest game of their season so far. The jealousy between 2 northwestern cities epitomised by the fortunes of 2 world-famous football clubs. It's the red half of Merseyside against the red half of Manchester, and because of the colour clash, of course, United in their all-black strip tonight. It's been very, very wet all over England, but this pitch has taken the rain magnificently. Soft underfoot, which will suit Julian Dix, who's had a knee problem and came back over the holiday period a little prematurely on a hard surface at Sheffield United and had to miss a couple of games. Dix and Barnes down the left for Liverpool and supplying some early service for Ian Rush, looking to nod it down for Fowler. Clough has the shot. It's through for Robbie Fowler, the 18-year-old. Playing against Manchester United for the first time. And he could have scored, he should have scored, he'll feel, inside the first minute. Clough going for goal. Rush just nudging it through, a touch off Pallister. And Fowler not with the composure that he has been showing. 14 goals for the youngster in 20 games in the senior side before tonight. And one got away there. Well, there really is no need to tempt you with any extra verbal teases tonight. The simple description says it all. Liverpool against Manchester United. Fixtures in the English calendar come no bigger than this one. McManaman. Well, the league leaders 10 back in the early minutes here. Fowler this time has gone offside. And the flag going up from linesman Alan Streets, quite correctly. For all the criticism that's been heaped on Graham Souness, and indeed some of his senior players have had their say as well, including Ian Rush after he was substituted against his wishes at Sheffield United recently. The facts are that they're undefeated here since September the 12th. McManaman. Wright comes across. It's a very testing evening for him with his personal problems and some professional problems here, provided by Ryan Giggs, who started the game up front with Brian McClare operating in a more withdrawn position. United's corner. And Wright climbs well. Well, you might just get a hint of the tiredness in his eyes, but the spring was strong there in defence for Liverpool. Right again, then Redknapp. It's a strange one. And where will it fall here for Bruce? Grobbelaar was on his way, but didn't have to make a save. Back in from Cantona. Bruce is there again! Manchester United take the lead. 9 minutes gone. And Liverpool's fast start here is forgotten because they concede the opening goal. And it's United's 50th in the league this season. It comes from the captain, and it's set up on his 50th appearance for the club by the Frenchman Eric Cantona with a terrific cross. Well, the rivalry here runs very, very deep indeed. It's bitter at times. This is Giggs. And if you hand Manchester United the initiative, well, problems usually come thick and fast, and Liverpool will feel that they might have done better in clearing the initial corner. When the ball came back in from Cantona, it had class written all over it, and the bravery of Bruce to the fore once more, and yet another valuable goal from him. And suddenly now, it's Liverpool who are on the back foot. Bruce, Ince and Keane on the edge of the area. Giggs with the corner. Met again by Mark Wright, who's certainly attacking the ball with gusto. Giggs getting a better angle this time. Well, Philip Don, the referee, had a good look at that and decided that Grobbelaar didn't touch it, that it was the post that put it behind. We'll see just for sure here exactly what happened. Well, I feel Grobbelaar might have got a piece of that, but you can hardly argue with the vantage point the referee had. Philip Don, who is on the short list for referees for the World Cup finals. Put out by Pallister. United wanted handball against Fowler, not given. Redknapp. Right. Rob Jones. Oh, and Ince has missed it. And Fowler's in again. And Schmeichel has to make a save this time. But Fowler didn't really make it a difficult save for him. But if he was an example of the tension that this fixture brings, Paul Ince, one of the players in this country of 1993, perhaps the player, all over the place then, and one of the finds of last year, not finding the back of the net. Cantona. It's McClare going across him and being used as a decoy. Well, it's been a happy marriage Eric Cantona in the English game. Both parties have benefited enormously. So far so good for Alec Ferguson alongside Martin Edwards. Wright has lost out. It was played short to him by Redknapp, and Giggs scores gloriously. And it's 2-0. And the grip here as Redknapp reflects ruefully on a back pass that was underhit towards Mark Wright. It's looking sad and sorry for Liverpool. You might feel that Wright could have done better in the challenge with Giggs. Giggs could hardly have done better than that when it came to the opportunity. It was brilliantly taken. The confrontation here, although Wright was sold a little short, you back the defender most parts against the striker, but not this time. And when Giggs was away, well, the outcome was splendid for him and for Manchester United. They lead here at Anfield by 2-0. So often this fixture has been tight and tense, and indeed bad behaviour has reigned. Such has been the intensity of the feeling between the two sets of supporters and at times the players on the pitch. But here it's football holding sway, although there's a foul there by Clough. And it's Manchester United who have snapped up two chances here, whereas Liverpool have wasted theirs, and Robbie Fowler is learning all the time, and it might be a painful lesson tonight. Fowler missing, Giggs scoring, and it's well worth another look. Teasing over Grobbelaar. Headed on by Giggs. What an away record Manchester United have in the league. 9 wins on their travels, 28 points out of 33. And Graham Souness looking very, very tense as well. He might be here. A manager who's not the favourite with all the Liverpool fans. Sometimes looking a very solitary figure. The club where the song says, "You'll never walk alone." Ruddock taking issue with the decision. Roy Keane got it from Barnes and was going on. Look at that from Ruddock. He can hardly complain. He had Keane flying through the air. Well, there's such a range of talent at Manchester United's disposal at free kicks. And this is unusual. Apart from Grobbelaar, there's hardly a player in the penalty area. Well, the wall lined up on the edge in Liverpool red. Owen! A fantastic free kick. A fabulous night here for Manchester United. 3 goals in 24 minutes. All of them so sweetly struck. And Dennis Irwin, in unusual circumstances really, with a free kick over a line of defenders, no teammates able to push into that penalty area either, of course. The situation was frozen for a moment. Up stepped Irwin, and a side playing champagne football continue to do it here, to the embarrassment of deadly rivals. Dix. That's Redknapp. Clough first time. Oh! Well, you can hardly believe this is happening. Are the obituaries that we've been writing for Liverpool in this match premature? Within a minute, Nigel Clough, 3-1. Is that going to be a lifeline for Liverpool? Can they find some sort of foothold here? Tackle from behind on Giggs by Jones, who's had some good games against Ryan Giggs in the couple of years they've been adversaries at this level. But Giggs gets the cross in. Jones couldn't stop that. Grobbelaar caught it. Well, what a treat this is turning out to be. And now Fowler doesn't get away, and the whistle had gone. But let's have another admiring look at Dennis Irwin and his set-piece speciality. But straight away, Nigel Clough. Could Schmeichel have got to that? Well, goalkeepers judge themselves harshly. He might feel that he saw it coming. There was swerve on it. There wasn't a deflection. It just veered away into that bottom corner. So happily for Liverpool at the famous Kop end of the ground, where they were standing quietly stunned. Well, they're cheering again. The flags are waving again. Still a long way to go. Roy Keane played his first league game here at Anfield, his debut for Nottingham Forest. Barnes. Here's McManaman. Jones roaring on ahead of him. Redknapp. Barnes. Already straying from his starting position wide on the left. Desperate measures called for here by Liverpool, but they've shown signs that they have some resources in that respect. Barnes again. Nice ball for Fowler. Bruce was a bit wild then. If he'd caught Fowler, it would have been a penalty. McManaman jumping with Irwin, but not really attacking the ball with true conviction. Hasn't scored since he got 2 at Swindon back in August. Schmeichel not troubled. Well, Barnes can point to a more than useful record for Liverpool against Manchester United. He's averaged a goal every other game. John Barnes came on with a short but significant stint at Ipswich on Saturday as a substitute to set up the winning goal for Ian Rush. But the problem for Liverpool here is in defending. They look as though they could be taken apart every time Manchester United get the ball. It has been really the worst feature of their season so far. Judged always here in comparison with the wonders achieved by different generations of players at this club through the 60s, the 70s and the 80s. Those sides were very hard to score against. You can't say that about the present Liverpool setup. Right, moving on though. A break there off Keane. It's Clough again! It's another one! Well, hope rises even higher. And Nigel Clough, very much a midfield man these days, but coming on to the play here as the ball broke well for him and rifling it into the bottom corner. There was absolutely no chance for Schmeichel this time. Keane got into a bit of a tangle and it ran towards his goal, right into the path of Clough. And now it's Liverpool 2, Manchester United 3. Well, week in, week out, we bring you breathtaking football from this league that's so loved around the world. And now McClare, is it going to be another goal here for Giggs? It must be, no! He only had to touch the ball, it seemed. But this game is touching unbelievable heights, time after time. Cantona! Well, that wasn't easy, but earlier it looked as though it fell right on a plate for Ryan Giggs. No offside. Grobbelaar couldn't hold it from McClare, and Giggs couldn't hit it from 6 yards into an inviting net. Oh, Grobbelaar, in keeping the ball in, almost presented it to Kanchelskis. The defensive deficiencies exposed again by Kanchelskis. A great run, Giggs. Well, if he'd made that sort of contact earlier, Manchester United would have had a 2-goal cushion again. Dix out of play. The linesman on the far side, Roy Pearson, is also on the World Cup shortlist for his particular skill in proceedings. And a very, very difficult job it is with the pace of the modern game running the line. He's been nominated by FIFA. Panel of 25 so far. There will be cut to 22, so he's got a good chance of going to the United States. Barnes, brilliantly done, well held by Schmeichel, and cleared very quickly indeed, thinking that Ryan Giggs might have a chance if the ball is used quickly, but Barnes looking very much back to his best here. Rush, it's total attack, and Fowler there is exactly that, a Fowler, and it's no goal. Paul Parker was tripped. There, just catching his heel. Fowler, I think, concentrating on trying to get to the ball, but the referee couldn't let that one go. We're well into stoppage time now that Philip Don is adding on. The first half that Liverpool won't want to end, when after 24 minutes, when they were 3 down, they'd have wanted the match to be over as quickly as possible. It really is an extraordinary game, and we're not yet halfway through it. But we are now. A first half sent from heaven. Manchester United roaring into a 3-goal lead, starting with Steve Bruce, Ryan Giggs and Dennis Irwin, the other scorers. And then along came Nigel Clough to give Liverpool hope where there seemed to be none. We'll all catch our breath for a moment here. At half-time, it's Liverpool 2, Manchester United 3. Well, the banner there is referring to the fact, and another one, that Liverpool, when you look at the record books, have a vastly superior set of statistics when it comes to winning championships than Manchester United, although United's not bad. 18 to Liverpool, 8 to their opponents tonight. And during that spell of 26 years, when Manchester United, as Alex Ferguson knew only too well, hadn't won the title between 1967 and 1993, when last year's team ended that run. Liverpool won it 11 times. People here on Merseyside who follow the fortunes of Liverpool Football Club very closely are jealous of the publicity Manchester United get domestically and all around the world. But so far, in this superb encounter, it is United who just about hold the sway. Slight indication of an extra man for Liverpool there, with the referee giving a return ball to Nigel Clough. Dix. Here's Keane. Kanchelskis wanting it played down that channel, perhaps at a slightly different angle, but there was no one going to close him down. Cantona! It's wide, it's a corner. Worried looks for Mark Wright and company again. And surely Manchester United are going to add to their 3 goals. Liverpool giving them every chance. But not this time. Kanchelskis. And still going for goal himself. But again, you have to say that past Liverpool teams would not have allowed that trickery there on the edge of the penalty area. A great onus on the attackers in this Liverpool side to keep on scoring, because you do feel that the defenders are going to let more in. Fowler. This is Barnes. Fowler again. Was he tripped? He was. And Ince is the culprit. And he's just been irritating the referee with a number of offences, running across the back of Fowler then, doing enough to bring him down. And it's a booking, I think, for persistent infringement for Ince. Well, Dennis Irwin has shown the way to work these free kicks. Can Liverpool come up with something similar in reply? Barnes leaves it. Redknapp takes. And that really stung Steve Bruce in the wall. Keane. It's a great pass. And there are possibilities here. And Giggs goes for goal. It almost got past Grobbelaar. But Giggs had another option there. And he decided to take it on himself, ignoring the fact that Eric Cantona was all alone to his left. Great save. For a fraction of a second it seemed that Grobbelaar wasn't going to be able to get there. Kanchelskis, again prepared to take on a good number. Giggs getting the better of McManaman. Ruddock stuck out of foot. Back in from Pallister. Kanchelskis jumping for this one. You cannot take your eye off this game for a moment. And although Ince joining Clough and Keane as names in the notebook, it's been a sporting, spirited encounter. When you do go into a match of this magnitude, just wondering whether the discipline will be up to it from the players. And it's dragged wide by Pallister, as every Manchester United player senses that they could be a scorer tonight. 3 of them have beaten Grobbelaar, let me remind you, in a spell of just under 15 minutes in the first half. Bruce, Giggs and Irwin, Nigel Clough with 2 subsequent to that for Liverpool. Would mean so much, you feel, to the stature and status of Graham Souness if his side can recover here. And Redknapp almost levelling it. Schmeichel having to go full stretch. Well, the goalkeepers were really bystanders in the first half, but they're catching the eye now. Barnes. Clough wanting it. This came perhaps a little later than the ideal timing of the pass. But here's the Schmeichel save from Jamie Redknapp. Ince just slipping, allowing Redknapp to really let rip. Liverpool were top briefly in August. But going into tonight's game, 21 points off the scorching pace set by Manchester United. Well, the two goalkeepers deserving of a close-up or so. There might be more work here for Schmeichel from Julian Dix, who, as West Ham fans will know, has a real wallop in the left foot. Grobbelaar leads the applause for perhaps a showy piece of goalkeeping. Schmeichel had to be sure that that was going to pass wide of the post, which I think it was. But, not taking the risk of giving away a corner, perhaps taking the risk of dropping the ball. Stig Inge Bjørnebæk getting ready to come on for Liverpool. Ince. Cantona. Oh, and look at the room for Roy Keane now. And Grobbelaar again. In his 13th season now with Liverpool, he's been a brilliant goalkeeper against Manchester United so often, facing them for the 28th time in Liverpool colours tonight. And that's another wonderful piece of work to keep Liverpool in it. Surely it's curtains if United score again. Cantona, wide from Keane. Giggs who'd taken the corner. Not easy for Rob Jones, but he got there. And then Clough was a bit slow to clear. Schmeichel staying calm. That's good work by Robbie Jones, who made his Liverpool debut at Old Trafford a couple of years ago. Right. Here's Redknapp. Away by Parker, but Ruddock's got it back again. Dix. Fowler saying, just thread it through to me. And across came Bruce. And they needed him. Did it to Manchester United, who, let me remind you, have just been beaten once in the league all season. Well, they've got another player to concern themselves about now. Steve McManaman, who's found it heavy going against Dennis Irwin, is replaced by the Norwegian Bjørnebæk, who's very much a left-sided player, as we'll see here as he tries to get his cross in. Usually a left-back, but with Dick still on the pitch, it seems as though Bjørnebæk's going to play wide left. Fowler's going to the right-hand side, and John Barnes still through the centre. Bjørnebæk. Marcus Ruddock stopping United counter-attacking. When they do build quickly, Manchester United, Liverpool continue to look ragged at the back. Well, Dennis Irwin says welcome to my side of the pitch to Robbie Fowler. Barnes. In from Fowler. That's well played by Ruddock. Bjørnebæk with the cross. And Ruddock! Liverpool have pulled it back. Delirium down in the dugout. And this masterpiece of a match produces yet another glorious goal. Neil Ruddock saying, that's mine. And there's nothing Manchester United can do about it. Bjørnebæk thanking the manager for bringing him on. And Ruddock rising and putting his head in where it might get hurt. Because Liverpool needed something like this. And Ruddock supplies it. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 3. It's the sort of occasion where these fans will be saying in years to come, we were there. I can't remember at all an Alex Ferguson team conceding a 3-goal lead. I wonder if it's ever happened. But they've done it here. And is there more in the Liverpool locker? Barnes. Good tackle by Bruce. Well, chances have gone astray. Were Manchester United a little complacent at 3-0? You could hardly say that because it didn't stay at 3-0 for very long, did it? Nigel Clough took that chance, swung his right foot at the ball outside the penalty area and nestled it into the back of Schmeichel's net. It looked like a one-horse race here. Now it's neck and neck between the two. And there's time for it to be settled at either end. Ruddock's equaliser coming with 11 minutes left. Pallister. Bruce. McClare. Early cross. Cantona! Well, there's so much to his game. Whether the ball's at his feet, at his chest, or up at head height. But it's another miss for Manchester United. But it was another goal for Liverpool. The header that roared into the back of the net from Ruddock, this controversial character who gets into the headlines perhaps more often than he should do for the robust nature of his game. But what a story he's got to tell here if Liverpool get something from the match. Having been down and almost counted out midway through the first half. Jones. Well, there's absolutely no respite. Liverpool, I'm sure, feeling that their best way to defend is to keep the ball in the United half and go for the winner. Barnes. In from Jones. Now Giggs. Room to run into. And Giggs, full of running still, off. It came behind McClare, just behind Cantona, who indicates where he wanted the cross to go. And had it been 2 or 3 yards further forward, well, you can't predict anything in this game, but it was as near a certainty that United would have had the lead back again. All that coming really because Dix had gone rampaging forward to try and be in the middle to become a goal-scoring hero himself. Dix again. Ruddock. Now Cantona. Dispossessed by Fowler. But Irwin, apart from scoring his sumptuous free kick, he's defended superbly. And the curtain comes down on this colossus of a match. Graham Souness goes off with satisfaction thanks to Neil Ruddock, who equalised. The recovery started by Nigel Clough with his 2 first-half goals. And what a marvellous game he had. It was there for Manchester United with their 3-goal salvo, started by Steve Bruce, Ryan Giggs and Dennis Irwin also on target. United have been drawing a lot of games recently, and this is